Curtain rises into darkness. Blue spotlight lights up far left, where Steve is sitting in a chair, head in hands. After a short pause, he stands up and stares at far right corner of theater. As he orates, he moves towards center stage.
Brisbane, oh Brisbane, how I hate it here. I know you like the back of my hand, every street and crevice, every store and library. You're too small for me. I'm meant for bigger and greater things in this small town. If I have to stay here one more year, I'm going to die of claustrophobia.
Spotlight shines on far right stage, where a mailbox stands. Steve rushes over and pulls out a letter, holding it over his head triumphantly as he strides back to far left stage.
Finally, after all this time saving and biding my time in community college, I can leave this wretched town behind.
He rips open the letter as he walks inside to his home.
To Mr. Stephen Growski. Your application to Amherst College has been carefully reviewed by the acceptance committee. We regret to inform you, however, that we are unable to offer you admission as a transfer student.
Steve falls back into his chair, the letter dropping from his hands.
This was my last shot, the last out-of-state college I applied to. Rejection after rejection, but better than the ones that accepted me only for triple in-state tuition rates. I'm never going to leave this town. If I can't even get out of the state, how am I ever going to get out of Brisbane? Better to die of my own choice than to be stuck in this miserable hellhole, to grow old and die. 5 generations of Growskis have been born, lived, and died in Brisbane. No one has ever moved farther than San Francisco, and they all end up moving back. I was going to be different, especially after Rose and I. Well, there's too many memories there. Too many people who've known me since I was a baby. You can't outgrow that sort of familiarity. Everything you've ever done, everybody you've ever dated, they're all here, forever. If I was going to reinvent myself, I couldn't stop at the state, no. I needed to leave all the memories behind. This was my last chance to get out of this wretched town, to start over, to be a new person. No college wants me. My girlfriend doesn't want me. No one wants me. What's the point in being around if I'm not wanted anywhere? Look at the world. It's such a hateful place. There's just no point of being here. There's no point.
Steve slowly lifts his head and focuses in on his keys and jacket on the table a few feet in front of him. He gets up, grabs his jacket and keys, and rushes out the door. He walks down a busy street, not aware of his surroundings. He has only one thought, one goal: to get to the bridge. Shoulders slumped, hands made into fists, shoved into his pockets, upset, hurt, bumps into a woman on the street.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Watch where you're going, you oaf.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
What is wrong with you? Don't you see how cruel and hateful this world is?
Not everything is bad.
Why do you say this?
Well, the sun is shining and you're breathing, so...
What good is being alive if all I see is bad in my life? I'm just gonna die anyways.
Everyone dies, so you might as well make the best out of your life. Maybe instead of moping around because something didn't go your way, you should try to make the best out of what you have.
Steve walks away, pensive, hands shoved back into his pockets this time, with his thumbs sticking out of the pockets.
Make the best of what you have.
Maybe things aren't as bad as I thought. What in her life has made her so happy? Why would I listen to her anyways? She doesn't know me. She doesn't know anything. She acts like she's an expert on everything. Just because she's happy doesn't mean I am. Her being happy doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
A group of people walk across the stage. They bustle together happily and sing along with the lyrics of a faint song. The group of people are dressed like hippies and a blend of modern youth.
Hey guys, check out the view.
The youth rushes over to Steve.
Isn't she beautiful? The way the wind whips across the water. I come here every day and I still cannot get enough of this place.
Steve looks towards the youth with an annoyed expression.
All this place is a hunk of metal stretching across a big pond. What's so special about that?
It's all how you look at things. This bridge was made through the sweat and tears of many men and women laboring over hours of work to forge this metal. The metal came from the ground miles away. The water below it is not the same water that was here minutes ago. She is traveling as far as Japan. Respect what went into creating this place.
Steve gives the girl another annoyed look. The youth moves around him in an excited way.
I'm serious, dude. The world changes around you. It never stays still. Go with the flow. And you know, all that mantra stuff? Like, think about it. The planet's rotating at over 2,000 miles per hour and orbiting around the sun. And the sun is orbiting the center of the solar system, which is orbiting the center of the universe. Think about that. Everything is constantly in motion. Everything is always changing. It's magical, man. It really is. I never cease to be amazed by it.
Well, I don't want to be here anymore, so you can have your damn bridge.
Then leave.
Youth shrugs, still fascinated with the universe.
It's okay to be happy. Heck, it's even okay to be sad. Just remember that neither one lasts forever.
Steve starts to shift, shooting annoyed looks at the group. The hippies exit stage left, while Steve, scowling and muttering, walks away once again.
That was stupid. What do I care about the rest of the world changing? Things don't change for me. What's the point of everything changing if the only changes that impact me are the bad ones? Why even bother anymore? It's just not right. All these good things happening to others, and then there's me.
A woman enters stage right, walking to center stage. She stops and looks out over the water. She looks sad, upset. Steve walks past her, stops, and then turns back to her.
And what is your problem?
Excuse me?
Steve sighs. Woman turns towards him.
You're thinking about jumping too, aren't you? What did life do to you, huh?
Woman looks shocked.
That is none of your business.
You're right, it isn't. But nothing can be worse than what's going on with me. No college wants me. My life is a constant boring circle. My girlfriend left me because I couldn't get into her college. She says a long-distance relationship just doesn't work.
Steve sighs heavily. The woman places her hands on her hips.
Is that it?
Does there have to be any more?
You idiot. I'm not here to kill myself. I'm here to remind myself of why I want to live. Your girlfriend left you. My girlfriend gave me an STD. I graduated from UCLA with a bachelor's in English and can't find a job with my new title to pay my bills. Right now, I am working as a waitress trying to keep gas in my car and rent paid. But I am happy. I live my life for every problem that comes my way. Life would be boring without bumps in the road.
Steve's angry look fades. He looks awkward. The woman steps forward towards him.
I'm sorry.
No, you shut up. You have no idea what life is. Take it from me. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Woman turns and saunters off stage. Steve is left to himself. His pride hurt. He makes the final decision to jump. All doubts fade as he climbs over the rail and leans forward. He hesitates. His view shifts to the water below, showing how far down his fate leads him.
I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. If I don't, what's gonna happen in my life?
There's a slight breeze in the air. His hair falls over his eyes. He takes a deep breath, leans forward. Enter Hippie Youth and Delilah. They greet each other.
Hey man, is that guy going to jump?
Hey, I know that guy. I bumped into him in the street this afternoon when I was getting donuts.
Yeah, we saw him earlier too. He was going on about how nothing's good for him, how everything is falling apart.
He was talking earlier about what point there is to life if there isn't anything good out there.
Hey man.
Come down from there.
It's okay, you don't have to jump.
Steve leans back onto the rail and tears come down his face.
I have to jump. Don't you see? I have to.
No, man, you don't. No matter how bad things in life get, it's never worth it to jump.
What's your name?
My name is Steve.
Well, Steve, remember what we talked about earlier?
Her words come back to him. He remembers, but he still shakes his head no.
About making your life the best it can be? Even with all the bad in the world? You can't make the best out of your life if you're dead.
Nothing's gonna get better. My life is an ending black hole of disappointment.
Things can seem dark, and we all know that. But that's okay. We have to power through and believe that things will be better one day.
That's just idealism. Things don't change. Things don't get better. Why bother trying?
Things change. Everything changes. The planet moves. The solar system moves. Like I said, man, you gotta go with the flow. Watch the things change around you and remember that nothing will ever be the same as it is right now.
Steve looks down, ready to jump.
When things change, they change for the worse. That's how it's always been. That's how it always will be.
No, man, remember what my friend said earlier about going with the flow? The world does change, and with the world changing, your life will change too. You just gotta come back on this side of the trail. Come on, we'll go get some pizza. Steve nods and climbs back onto the inside of the bridge. He rubs his nose and wipes the tears away. They take off walking towards a pizzeria. The scene cuts to them laughing and eating pizza. Steve looks around at his new friends.
Man, it has been one crazy day. They were right. It does get better.